Madam, you are Commissioner Planning, Delhi Development Authority. Delhi is a big city. It's an expanding city. It continues to absorb waves of migration. It continues to grow. If you imagine Delhi becoming a smart city in future, how would you describe Delhi? Where would you like Delhi to become smart? Yeah, it's working.
Hello?
Yes, it's working.
Okay. Regarding Delhi, I would like to say that I have a very small tenure for Delhi, but I have been in NCR for quite long. And after studying the Delhi's infrastructure, I find that after 100 years of development, Delhi has to now redevelop. The brownfield development has to redevelop again, because all the structures are becoming old, the infrastructure is becoming old. So Delhi is thinking on the lines of redevelopment, so that a proper infrastructure is in place in the older areas, and the old buildings are replaced by newer, more of green areas. The mobility is improved, as he said, that it is one of the features. So what we are doing is that now we are bringing Delhi on the GIS platform, because that is the most important thing we have to do as per the Emerald guidelines. Then only citizen participation can happen. Then people will come to know what is right, what is wrong. All the infrastructure will be planned on a GIS platform. So what I feel is, hence 20 years hence, I want to see Delhi more greener than it is, not only the Lutyens area. The other areas have to be turned into green. The infrastructure quality have to improve, and conserving and preserving the heritage and culture of Delhi, because Delhi is culturally very rich. The heritage is rich. So what we are going to do is that we are going to plan it integrated with the modern technology. The old heritage will be conserved. That is what
you used the word development and redevelopment. I think a week back I was going through a report, and that report was about the experiments which were done in Melbourne, Sydney, and Amsterdam. Those experiments were that if you do not build again, that's a good way to go. Because one, you don't release CO2 in the atmosphere. In Amsterdam, the old industrial estates have been turned into art houses. We have not been able to do that in Mumbai. Those mills remain mills, films are being shot there, but they have not become art houses. In Amsterdam, they have been turned into restaurants. You can walk there.
Yeah.
It's a pedestrian-friendly place. You have artists living there. So you have created a city within the city. So can we do that in Delhi? Does it mean will that be part of that smartness?
Yeah, we are moving ahead with that, because in the next master plan, the culture, heritage, tourism, and the modern development, what I talked about a little before, they will be all integrated together so that it becomes a tourism hub and a tertiary sector working place with less of pollution. Like we are talking of pollution, we are working hard so that we integrate the mobility with the workplaces, like the TOD policy, which has already been notified. So under that, we want to bring the workplace near the home so that people don't have to travel. And to use much of metro, so that will reduce the...
How do you do that? I have lived all my life in Delhi. I have seen Noida coming up. I have seen Gurugram coming up. But I haven't seen them being connected with the last mile connectivity. You go to Noida, you have a metro, but then all the metro stations are jam-packed because you don't have last mile connectivity. So you have the other sector, which is the unorganized sector, providing the last mile connectivity, but it is so organized that it creates congestion on the road. So in a smart city, you don't need a congestion on road. You need organization of time. So how do you do that?
So that is why we are going on the walkability principles. So we are making the environment very friendly, walkable, and this e-vehicle will be used so that people are comfortable with, shaded avenues will be created, street infrastructure will be created. So we are already working on it, and we are developing 3 plans. Like ITO, we have already done the planning, INA market, and at Dwarka. So we are making the districts walkable, and also last mile connectivity.
How are you taking care of the encroachments?
Encroachments, we are working on it. That encroachment is also removed. We'll be planning. See, we are not going to remove them. We can't. In this democratic country, we can't remove the unauthorized sectors, but we can reorganize them. So that is what we are
No,
planning.
but even the affluent sector encroach. You go to any private colony, you have cars being parked on where the pedestrians are supposed to walk. So it's not about rich and poor. So encroachment takes place cutting across the strata.
So that is where the active participation of public will be made. They have to be involved. They have to be taught. Actually, we all have to work together. Only the authorities or the ministry cannot work. So we have to have the public engagement. As he said, in a smart city vision, we need the public to come forward. So we are interacting with the schools, with the business organizations, with the technical institutes, making them aware so that they come together and work for Delhi. That is